G'day guys, Lemon Eating Cow here, and today I am back playing Final Fantasy 15, and I have a guide for you on the Steyliff Grove Vault Dungeon, or the hard mode version of Steyliff Grove in Vesperpool. Now, to locate this dungeon or gain access to it, you're going to need to be in Chapter 15 and have the Vault Door key from Esma. If you don't know how to get that, check it out in the description below or at the end of the video. In my last video, I showed you how to get the Bulmung in this dungeon on floor 29, but the dungeon actually goes 100 floors deep. So in order to hopefully save you guys some time, I'm going to show you what special items drop on which floor, and then you can make the informed decision whether you want to spend the time to go all the way to the bottom. Because it took me roughly about 2 hours to do it. So yeah, hopefully I can save you a bit of pain. Also, at the end of the video, or towards the end, I'll give you some tips and tricks that really help me get through that dungeon, because you're really going to want to make it as easy on yourself as you possibly can. So I'm going to split it into 10 floors at once. Each 10 floors you'll reach a campsite where you can rest up and have a meal and get ready for the next area. So in the first 10 floors there is really not much at all to mention that's great, it's just a bunch of junk really. On the 9th floor I did get a moon pendant drop from the enemy. I'm not sure if that is a fixed drop or it's just random, but I thought I'd note it. The items to note from 11 to 21 were on floor 12 we found the purified salt, which increases your spirit recovery. On floor 13, that is a split path area with no enemies, so make sure you check all the different paths there. I found a Celestiad, which increases your elemental defense by 30%. And on floor 15 we found the Legatus Bangle, which increases your HP by 1200. Between floors 22 and 31, the only thing worth mentioning is the Bulmung, which is a fantastically powerful one-handed sword. So I highly recommend going after this if nothing else in the dungeon. For floors 32 to 41, there is really nothing at all worth mentioning, unless you really need a rusted bit. No? I thought not. From floors 42 to 50, the only thing worth mentioning is the Anklets of the Gods accessory, which gives you plus 150 vitality. Floors 51 to 60 have a shield for Gladios, and that is on floor 59, and it's called the Aegis Shield. From floor 61 to 71, the only thing worth mentioning is the Robe of the Lords, which is on floor 63, and that is an accessory that increases MP recovery rate. Floors 72 to 81 don't really have anything to mention, but I did get a Lightning Crest drop off a monster on floor 74. Floors 82 to 91 didn't have any good static drops, but I did get a monster to drop a Earth Pendant on floor 88, which defends against petrification, and on level 90 the Master Tonberry dropped a Red Choker, which increases HP recovery drastically. And finally, floors 92 to 101 only really has the Flayer, which is on the bottom level. And the Flayer is a lance, and it has an attack of 337, and apparently it has a devastating coup de grace. So that does it for obtainable items in this dungeon. As for tips and tricks, the biggest one I can give you is to max Ignis's cooking skill so that you get the Golden Tail soup recipe. If you don't know how to do that quickly, then follow the guide that I've linked in the description or at the end of the video. And once you've reached level 10, just buy the ingredients for the Golden Tail soup, and you're going to need to make about maybe 10 to 15 of those in the dungeon just to be safe. The second big tip is to take a lot of Elemancy with you. I would recommend 10 to 20 of each of the elemental schools, and I would also recommend making them damage limit break spells. If you don't know where to find the damage limit break materials, then you can follow my Zubeek guide in the description or at the end of the video. Now, it's important to have high level magic, or at least some type of magic, because there is some blobs down at the bottom of the dungeon that are completely resistant to physical attacks, but you can pretty much one-shot them with a decent hit from the right magic. Also, there is some Ronins that appear during the dungeon, and at one point they appear in a group of 4 or 5, and if you have the damage limit break magic, you can take them all out in one hit, so that's going to save you a bunch of time. And last but not least for the tips is to get 99 of pretty much any curative that you can going into this dungeon. That includes potions, high potions, elixirs, high elixirs, or mega elixirs, mega phoenixes, phoenix downs. There is a lot of enemies in here that can pretty much one-shot you even at level 99. So you would hate to get 90 levels down and then run out of curatives. So make sure you stock up really, really well before coming in here. So there you go, guys. I hope this information has let you make a more well-informed decision of whether you're going to put the time into finishing this dungeon. If this guide helped you out, please leave a like. If you got any comments or suggestions, or you just want to tell me what you went into the dungeon for, or what items you intend to be getting from the dungeon, just leave them in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe. This has been Lemon Eating Cow. Moo chicka moo moo.